thank you for your time and your consideration. This manuscript is akin to other epic sci-fi books like Stanley Kubrick, Arthur C. Clarke's 2001: A Space Odyssey, Stephen Kuntz's Saucer, Jerry Pournelle's David Weber's Mamluks, Harry Turtledove's World War in the Balance, and of course Frank Herbert's Dune. Adhering to an underlayment of allegory, simply put, this is a coming-of-age sci-fi adventure mounted on a military chassis energized by celestial mystery. So without further ado or wasted words, please clear your mind for something altogether different, a world that is at once familiar as it is alien. The genre, military sci-fi with a penumbra of historical fiction, action-adventure, thriller, and mystery. Word count comes in at 128,276. And the title, Though Gods They Were. As a summary, Sergeant James Darby, with a family history of military service spanning generations, is a highly trained U.S. Army infantry soldier and NCO of the post-Vietnam War era at the peak of his career. A special ops mission intimately exposes him to the reality of alien contact and intrigue he can scarcely wrap his mind around. Ultimately, he is compelled to discover the true nature of the alien agenda. The story begins in the late 1940s of the post-World War II era in the country of Turkey. An American war hero and the creator of the elite U.S. Army Rangers, Colonel William Darby is tasked with retrieving a relic he can only guess as to its importance. Though successful, it leads to a series of unanswered questions and suspicious deaths. Colonel Darby's son, Billy Stratton, would eventually follow his famous father's footsteps as a senior non-commissioned officer and Vietnam War veteran. Stratton is later recruited into a deep state society where he would learn the details of his father's activities from over 20 years earlier. The protagonist and younger relative of Sergeant Major William Stratton is his subordinate charge, the unsurpassed Sergeant James Darby. James Darby is also a highly motivated and trained U.S. Army Ranger with a family history of military service reaching as far back as the Civil War. He is selected to participate in an early 1990s clandestine mission to apprehend a geopolitical radical religious figure who is inciting a global revolution in the Middle East. Darby's duty station is in Hawaii at one of the most rigorous infantry divisions in the entire U.S. Army, the 25th. Though not attached to any particular Special Forces group, his long list of military achievements and outstanding service record makes him an ideal candidate for the mission. Accomplishing the complex mission proves far easier said than done, however, as the target has friends in high places, enabling him to elude capture. An ominous fact is also revealed to Sergeant Darby before the execution of the latest mission. The target is not entirely human. During the mission, things don't go as planned, and instead of capturing the radical religious revolutionary, it's Sergeant Darby who is abducted by an unseen force. He is released a day later with almost no conscious memory of what happened during the time he went missing. To Darby, only a few hours have passed, not 24. After an intense high-tech military debriefing forcing his subconscious memories of the event to the surface, Sergeant Darby is then placed on temporary leave status along with his mentor and older cousin, Sergeant Major Stratton. Unable to simply let go of the extraordinary things that have happened, they decide to enlist the aid of a revered longtime acquaintance of Sergeant Major Stratton's to try to better understand what may be happening and what can be done. There is a feeling in both men that there is more going on than either of them know. The few facts they do have do not completely add up. There is a layer of metaphysical misdirection that teases their rational senses and beckons them to solve. From the very beginning, it seems someone or something has been pulling the strings of humanity throughout the ages, preventing any meaningful assessment of their evolutionary place or origin in the universe. Sergeant Darby, now personally gripped by the cosmic conundrum in much the same way as his heroic great-uncle Colonel William Darby was in his own time, relentlessly intends to uncover the dreadful truth any way he can. Donald J. Gaetke is a published freelance author for Prima Games, a division of Penguin Random House. Gaetke works as a consultant and writer of simulation strategy guides. He is also a licensed contractor in the state of Minnesota, as well as a U.S. Army veteran.